All right, so today I'm gonna start off with my eyes. First, I'm gonna use the Essence Eye Heart Color Intensifying Eyeshadow Base. I love this stuff. Covers and conceals the lids really nicely, and it's super, super affordable. I think it's like $2.99. I'm just gonna blend this out with a sponge. So for today's look, I'm gonna use this ColourPop palette. This is All I See Is Magic. So inside the palette, I'm gonna take this shade called Top Notch, and I'm gonna take a Sephora Pro crease brush, which I think this brush is discontinued, unfortunately, because it's like one of my favorite brushes. And the next shade I'm gonna go into is this one up here. It's called Go Wish. I just wanna have a really warm crease for this look. And then for my eyelids, I think I'm just gonna take this shade right here. It's called Now and Zen. I'm just gonna take a flat shader brush and pop that right on the lids. And I'm gonna go back in with this brush. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that warmer, darker brown. It's like a medium toned warm brown. I'm gonna go back into that brown again, but I'm gonna take a little bit of a smaller brush. This is a Zoeva 227, and I'm just going to kind of try to define the crease a little bit more. Just gonna go in the crease here. And I'm going to put a little bit of that on the outer lid here, outer corner, just kind of bringing it in just a little bit. Then I'm going to take a brush and just kind of blend the upper edges here. So for eyeliner, I wanted to use something metallic that's going to kind of glam up the look a little bit and make it very holiday-ish. So I have 3 new eyeliners here. These are from Beauty For Real, and these are the Eyeline 24/7 eyeliners. I have 3 shades here. So these are the names. So I have Platinum Blonde, Totally Titanium, and 24 Karat. So I will insert a clip of all of these eyeliners so you can see swatches, but these are a retractable pencil, and the color of the eyeliner is right here. So these are really pretty, you guys. They swatch really easily. They're very creamy, but they stay put. So today I think I'm gonna use the silver. All right, so there is the eyeliner. So pretty. I love metallic eyeliners, but I always think it looks best if you put a little bit of black along the lash line when you use like a lighter eyeliner. So that's what I'm gonna do. There's no black in the palette that I use from ColourPop, so I'm actually gonna take this one from Gorgeous Cosmetics. I'm gonna take this black right here. This is the Ever Matte Shades palette. So I'm just gonna press this along the lash line. All right, can you guys see the difference between this eye that has a little bit of the black shadow along the lashes versus this one? I just feel like it looks more defined and put together when you do this. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run the silver back over again, just in case you lose the color. You can go back over it. Try not to get it too low so you stay above the black, but you can just see right there that made a world of difference. All right, so I'm gonna curl my lashes. I don't always curl my lashes, but today we are curling them. I'm gonna use this mascara from Collab Makeup. You can find this at Sally Beauty Supply. And this is the Extreme Black shade. This is the High Rise Intense Length Mascara. So before I do my brows and the lower lash line, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my face. I'm actually gonna go wet this sponge right here. I will be right back. I went ahead and wet my sponge. This one here is by Peak Cosmetics. I will link it below, but it is so good. Look how squishy it is. So squishy. It's just as good as the Beauty Blender, if not even softer and better. I like the shape of these because they're just easy to like blend out concealer and pounce the foundation on your face with the bottom. So I love this sponge so much. This is, I think, around $4.50, $4.99, something like that. I think it's under $4.99, just under, but It is so good. You guys should totally check it out. I think I'm gonna buy another one because I like it that much. So I think I'm gonna use a color correcting primer today. This is the Makeup Forever redness correcting primer. So I just have a lot of redness going on in my face, so I'm just gonna use this. And it's not like super green once you blend it out, so. So I do definitely feel like that helped cancel out a little bit of redness. And then next I'm gonna go in with this. This is from Beauty For Real. This is the MVP Perfect Plus Protect Tinted Moisturizer Plus Concealer. It has SPF 25. This was sent to me quite a while ago. And I have used it a couple times, but I can't remember my thoughts on it. I need to use it and play with it a little bit more. So it's in a squeeze tube, and then the concealer here is at the top. And it has a little mirror. So I have the lightest shade in Fair number 1. I think they have like 4 or 5 shades, so not too many shades to choose from, but it is a tinted moisturizer. So I just wanted to go really light on the face today. I don't want to be doing something too heavy. So it comes with a little squeeze tube. I'm actually just gonna squeeze it directly on my face. So that definitely gives just a little bit of coverage to the skin. I don't think it's bad. I actually kind of dig it. It looks good. Nice and natural. I am gonna add a little bit more just because it is a light coverage tinted moisturizer. I thought I would just add a little bit more to see if I can get more coverage here on the cheeks. So I actually think that looks really good. It did build up a little bit and it looks nice and hydrated. Like, it doesn't emphasize pores and texture. I really like it. Looks good. All right, so I am gonna try the concealer on here. It's not like super brightening looking, but I do remember it is kind of dry, and that's just typical of like a pot type concealer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a facial oil. This is a facial oil from Acure. It's called the Seriously Glowing Facial Serum. What I'm gonna do is just put a pump in there, like not a whole pump, but a half a pump. Then I'm gonna get the tip of my sponge here, and I'm just gonna kind of pick up the product that way. See if this will help kind of make it a little bit more moisturizing. Actually, that did brighten under the eyes. The color looks like it's gonna be kind of dark. Not like dark, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be as lifting or brightening as it is. It looks like it's gonna be more my skin tone, but it actually did brighten under the eyes. I wanna try this new powder. This is by Stellar. You can find this brand on Sephora. This is a sample size. I got it, I think as a point perk or something like that. Maybe even just a coupon code that gives you, you know, free small samples. This is the Cosmic Face Powder, and the shade is in Haze, so maybe they have, whoa, maybe they have more than one shade. So it's already coming out of the sifters. So I'm just gonna pat out my concealer one more time before I put this on. I'm gonna go in with this. Ooh, yeah, that looks very nice. Immediately, it looks very smoothing on the skin. Ooh, I like that. That's good. Can you guys see how smooth that looks under my eyes? Wow. I'm actually gonna just use this powder on my entire face. So I'm actually gonna use this powder on my entire face. All right, so now I want to bronze up my skin because I look like a pale ghost. So I'm going to take this. This is the Tarte Clay Play palette, and it has all these beautiful colors, neutrals in it. I really like this palette. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to actually mix these two right here. Right, so I do think the concealer is too thick. You can see it kind of creasing under my eye. So pot concealers are just not my favorite. They just don't usually work out for me. They're just a drier, thicker consistency, and they just don't end up working out too well for me. So I don't think I'm going to do my eyebrows just because they're microbladed. So I'm just gonna fill them in with a brow mascara. This is the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer in Soft Brown. And I'm just gonna use this to comb up my hairs, make them very feathery. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit because I did kind of mess up above and below, but I wanted them to be very feathery today. Take a little bit of this powder. This is the Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Universal Finishing Powder. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on my sponge, and I'm actually gonna put this under my eyes, see if I can help with this creasing situation. All right, so for blush, I want to go kind of like with a more neutrally blush. This one is the Balm Desert blush. I'm gonna use this OFRA brush. It's the Professional Makeup 22 brush. I like this brush for blush a lot. Haven't used it in a while, but it used to be one of my favorites. Dude, I can still see this concealer creasing on me. Okay. So I'm gonna take this Tarte palette. This is the Skin Twinkle palette. I believe this is on sale right now. I really like this. Some people didn't, but I personally do. I think it's really pretty. So I'm gonna take this color over here. Oh. And I'm actually gonna take a little concealer. I'm gonna use a different concealer. I'm gonna use the Collab concealer. And I'm actually gonna use this to clean up under my eyebrows. I'm gonna highlight my brow bone with that highlighter that I just used. Just gonna blend back through the crease a little bit. So I'm gonna take the two shades we use in the crease and I'm going to use those. So I'm gonna use those on my lower lash line. I'm gonna take a fluffier pencil type brush and blend that out. So I decided I want to put some color on the waterline. So this is the NYX Faux Blacks eyeliner in Black Olive. All right, so I'm gonna take that green shade from the ColourPop palette. It is a shimmery green, and I'm kind of deciding to do this last minute. I'm actually gonna run it right along the lashes so that it kind of blends in with that liner. That way it kind of just pulls the look together. And I'm going back in with those brown shades and just running that right below the green shadow. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lower lashes with mascara. I'm just gonna use the same mascara. And I'm just gonna go back in with my blush brush. I'm not adding any more product to it, and I'm just gonna blend more blush onto the cheeks, but I wanna blend it with the highlight just because I like to do that. And the highlighter's not like super intense. I feel like this highlighter needs like a different brush than I was using. I was using a more natural haired brush that's a little bit more fluffed out, and I feel like it doesn't pick up the product as well with certain highlighters. So I'm actually gonna use this fan brush. This is by BDELLIUM Tools. It is the highlighting fan brush. This is one of their newer brushes, and it's so soft. Yeah, see, this makes the biggest difference using a different type of brush. You really have to know the product, like certain products work better with certain types of brushes, you know? So you just have to kind of play around, but definitely looks better. And I'm gonna pop a little bit of that highlighter on my inner tear duct. I'm actually gonna take the other shade over here. I think this one's a little bit more intense. Gonna pop that right on the inner tear duct. All right, so I do want to wear a red lipstick. So I wanted to keep the eyes pretty neutral for the most part. I wanted the pop of like metallic eyeliner and then a little pop of green on the lower lash line, but for the most part it's pretty neutral. And I wanted to wear a red metallic lipstick. I wore this one in a few recent videos and I really, really like it. It's the Milani Amore Metallics Lip Cream. But it's such a gorgeous red shade. So this is called Mattely in Love. It is a matte metallic liquid lipstick, and the doe foot applicator is angled like that. All right, so this lipstick is not like a true red. It pulls a little, I feel like it looks like brighter on the camera. I almost feel like it pulls a little orange on camera, but it's really a kind of raspberry red. Such a pretty shade. So all right guys, so this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.